American football may not be a game we're all familiar with, but the sport continues to grow across the UK. Behind me here are the Hampshire Thrashers, a youth team made up of 15 to 18-year-olds, but it's the British University League which is thriving. Earlier this year, the two best teams in the South met in a conference final, with the winner set to play in the national championship. And for these players, it's more than just a game.
I mean, I love the enthusiasm. I love the way that sport is developing and growing, and you're seeing some pretty good stuff. I mean, it's like when you first go along and watch a school play that your kid's in, and you think, oh, I'm going to have to just sit through this and smile politely. And then you see there's 2 or 3 actors that are really quite good, and there's obviously a lot of work going into it, and you think, yeah, this is pretty good. That's how I feel when I watch a university game. You know you're not watching the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys, and then you just think, these kids are really putting something in here, and they're going for it. And the one thing, of course, the great leveler in this sport, whatever level you're playing at, you can get hurt, and I've got nothing but respect for anybody that goes out onto an American football field.
They are defending national champions. Forever a formidable opponent in the Southern Division, they are led by a first-class coaching staff and have a rich history of success in this league. They were the 2005 national champions, a fearless and strong offensive juggernaut who steamrolled their way through the season. 2 old rivals, 1 conference championship, and a shot at the title at stake. This is the Southampton Stags versus the Birmingham Lions.
Birmingham are a team that they carry out what they do. They don't divert from what they do, but what they do is very good.
You know, I think defensively, I think we've both got 2 really strong defences. I think that's been quite traditional.
But their players are very well drilled. They all understand their own responsibilities, and they get their job done.
Just execute. You know, we need to stay focused. It's definitely going to be a 60-minute football game, and we just need good tempo. And you know, things might not go our way all the time, but let's just stay on course and let's just stay with it.
As a small crowd gathered on the hill overlooking the field, the teams made their final preparations, and as I found out earlier, the Southampton side were under no illusions about what lay ahead.
It's definitely going to be a hard game. This is the game of the season for us. Obviously Birmingham having a very good season. They've got a new rookie QB in who's been doing a really good job for them.
Everyone in the league thinks that it's going to be a whitewash, but our defence is built to stop their offence.
Obviously, yeah, hold them to 20 points, hopefully, and then I think we can score that many points on there.
The Birmingham O-line is a very big, strong line, and they've been doing a very good job all season, keeping the running backs open and giving the quarterback time.
The sun was shining and the team's captains met at midfield for the coin toss. It was time for kickoff. After a modest return, the Birmingham Lions took to the field with first-year quarterback Tristan Varney under centre. The Stags set the tone early, stopping the run and forcing the Lions to pass. 3 and out, and the Lions brought on the punt team. The Stags had juggled 2 quarterbacks all season, both with a very different style of play, but with the defence coming off and offence taking the field, who would be starting and how did it affect Birmingham's game plan?
Graham puts in at QB. Will he come out with Nick or will he come out with Dom? Nick's certainly not going to beat us with his legs, with all due respect to him. I think he knows that himself. But you know, we can throw the ball about, and I saw him at MVP. You know, if Dom goes in at QB, then the threat is, you know, twofold. You know, we can run with the ball, and that's quite dangerous. And then he's obviously, you know, you've still got Tam in the backfield, and Tam's always going to be dangerous. So, you know, our thoughts are, you know, when Nick's in, we're probably not too concerned about him running the ball, but when Dom's in, you know, we've got the 2 threat of, you know, Tam and Dom, and, you know, we need to take care of that.
It was misfires that hampered the Stags early on, incomplete passes and interceptions. Whereas the Birmingham side seemed to be able to move the ball at will on the ground and passing through the air. And it was the Lions who drew first blood, scoring on a touchdown pass. At the end of the first quarter, it was Southampton 0, Birmingham 7. The Stags responded to the Lions' score with an impressive offensive drive of their own, piling up the yards on the ground. But on 3rd and goal, they fumbled the football inches from the end zone. The half-time whistle went, Birmingham Lions 7, Southampton Stags 0, and coach Graham Thorpe knew his offence desperately needed to score if they were to stay in the game.
I don't think our defence is going to hold out for long. I think they will start to concede 2 or 3 here. This is exactly like it was 4 years ago against them.
Yeah. Well,
when all of a sudden they then put 3-4 scores very quickly together, and I can see it going that way. Same as the Cardiff one as well, because they'll just keep going. They'll keep going and going. We need to find something.
After making some half-time adjustments, the Stags were ready to pile up the yardage like they knew how.
We've got to start loading Tam. We ain't going to rely just out and out on the pass game.
But the running game wasn't there, and the Stags' offence continued to struggle. And one thing which remained consistent from the first half was incompletions, catchable balls being dropped. With familiar weapons at his disposal, Varney got back to work under centre. Passing, and running some more, and some more until the Stags' defence stepped up to make a play.
Wow, Tristan Varney's he's obviously been coached well. He's got a cool head on his shoulders. He's got the tools you would want as a quarterback, and he uses them to the best of his advantage. He comes across as a great leader. His players are willing to follow him, and you know what? That's pretty much encompasses the whole of a quarterback.
The Lions were still winning by 7, and with them shutting down the Southampton offence, it was an exhausted Stags defence who had to step it up and try and get the ball back. They mounted pressure on the offensive line, harassing Varney, and with good coverage, they came away with an interception and a much-needed boost for the away team. After a brief spell of excitement, the Stags failed to capitalise, and the Lions looked like they'd sealed a victory with their second touchdown pass of the day, increasing their lead to 13 points to 0. As time was running out, the Lions were looking comfortable and the Stags out of ideas. With the minutes winding down, could the Stags rally to get 2 quick scores?
We've got to go for it. It's 5 minutes to go, so we have to go for it. I want double invert sail.
With the pressure on and the Birmingham defence playing off, Southampton began moving the ball, showing flares of their earlier season success. But was it too little too late? Birmingham dug in and stood tall, protecting their end zone. A score finally came with Dom Olney rolling left, connecting with wide receiver Dan Benning in the end zone. The Stags needed one more score, and after a successful onside kick, the offence took to the field one last time. The Lions' lead was cut to 6, but could they hold on in the final minute?
Best battle season. That's the best match. To be honest, I wish we could play that every week. It's boring winning 100-0, man. That is a proper game of football.
Can't really be disappointed with ourselves. Everyone play their hearts out. So go on to next year. Things happen. I've been on the end of defeats before, so just got to deal with it. Turn it around, use it to make yourself better.
I think Birmingham deserved to win, to be honest. I think they just edged the game. Certainly played better than us in the first half. I think second half we coped with them pretty well. I mean, this is a team that's been free scoring all year, 50, 60 points a game. We knew we had to keep them to below 3 scores, and we thought we could all the way through. So we schemed pretty well, but I think just offensively we really didn't really do anything, I think until the fourth quarter.
Southampton are a quality team. They've got some really great players there, and they pushed us really hard all the way to the end. So real credit to them, and real credit to our boys for just working hard for 4 quarters and having that belief. And it's all their hard work that started off in September is paying off now, and we just thankfully take it to the next step.